We partnered with the Manitoba Construction Sector Council to do a mentorship program and a job readiness to address some of the issues that we've had in the past with working with First Nations.
We felt that it was a key element that was missing.
The success was absolutely fabulous.
I learned how to drive a rock truck, learned how to drive a loader, a dozer, a grader. It's fun.
We wanted to really take advantage of our equipment and being able to train our people to be able to do the work that needed to be done in our contracts.
Somebody could have equipment, they could have people, but if you don't have the experience and a mentor to teach you, to me that was a recipe for failure.
We were lacking the vision of professionalism, so we turned to a joint venture partner.
My approach to joint ventures is that what we feel is it is their land, they should be compensated, and what better than to partner up with a mentorship company like ourselves. I think it was a win-win for all.
I'm the scale person and I drive a rock truck. I like it. It's a whole new experience which is positive in my life.
Having qualified heavy equipment operators to do the work that we required without having to bring people from Winnipeg, from the south, to pay for room and board. And if these guys work out, then they would travel with us on other projects.
Projects like this, which you get different perspective, different people working, so it's very interesting work.
The Manitoba Construction Sector Council is responsible for being the liaison between industry and education, and this is an opportunity to build a partnership in the north.
During the planning stages, we learned where the funding comes from, how difficult it is to get the funding.
ANSI, or Aboriginal Northern Affairs Development Canada, was very helpful in moving this project forward. Our goals and our objectives during this whole process was to educate the community about work ethics, about professionalism, about what does it mean to have a career in this industry.
We're dealing with absenteeism. People were failing to show up for work. We're dealing with drugs and alcohol, and we're lacking productivity, which jeopardized a lot of our contracts.
My challenges were to leave old habits behind. The training I took was to learn time management, good work ethics, stress management.
Pretty much prepared me for getting up early and all that, being professional.
We started evolving, we started listening. I could see a change in them and in me in a positive way.
Sometimes what happens, when I've been involved with other leadership, we both have to meet somewhere in the middle. So it really has to be a team working together and having patience on both sides.
Because you just can't throw people in there on assistance and say, okay, you need to get this job, and force people into a career that they're not happy with. Because a happy worker is a productive worker.
I learn new things every day. I like showing up for work. It was nice. It's the biggest check I've seen in my life.
Eastside Road has a 30% minimum that you have to employ when working on their jobs. We're running at 70%, so we're doubled what the quota is.
There's so many times in our industry where training has gone on by, whether it be government or private industry, and then there's no work. So if you don't practice it, you lose your skills. We wanted to keep people working.
We had 7 people that took the heavy equipment training. They all succeeded and are continuing working with us on the project.
Our workforce has taken this seriously, and they're appreciative of what has transpired.
We have one student, he's now moved on as an apprentice and mechanics course, and he's going to become a mechanic. And I think that's fabulous.
Greg's really good. We got him learning to do lubes right now and doing a lot of greasing, and that's the first stepping stone to getting to the mechanical work.
Apprenticeship is 4 years, and I'm going to stick to it. And at the end of it, it'll be a long life career.
Sometimes industry has the notion that they know it all in regards to their profession, but when they're going into First Nations communities, they don't know really the community's dynamics.
We not only teach First Nations some of the stuff that we know, but we also have to be open to realize what they can teach us. We don't live in a small community like that. We don't barge in our equipment or our supplies on a daily basis as they may have to, so it really was a learning lesson for us also.
This is new, groundbreaking. This is something that we need to do in order to empower them to be self-sufficient.
The future goal is to be able to build a business.
We are now going to go forward in conjunction with the Manitoba Construction Sector Council to be able to write a program that anybody, whether it be a new employee here at Hugh Munro's or a long-term employee, is going to have some history of what the First Nations have gone through and Aboriginal people have gone through so that we can be better partners.
Seeing Hugh Munro take part in this and being a strong leader and being a trailblazer for the rest of the industry. That's what I like to see.
Funds are there to be accessed for every community.
Other communities are now recognizing the contribution that we can make to address the HR needs in their communities.
I would make it mandatory that every employee goes through this training first.
It is up to a company like ours who have the resources to be able to move forward together.
Other companies are now saying, how can we be part of that? Someone had to do it, so it might as well be Hugh Munro and MCSC and show the rest of the industry in Manitoba how to get the job done.